Verily. This is Pafiera, and welcome back to our Let's Play Pony Fantasy VI Cutie Mark Crusader Stall Point. Yay. When we last left our Crusaders, they left us, okay? I was just using Apple Bloom to kill off Luna, just like normal. Luna, all of a sudden, she just decides, oh, I'm gonna return the favor, and then like I made one Twilestia joke. Just one single passing reference, and then Apple Bloom's just like, you know what? No, screw it. I'm done. I'm out of here. So my party is now Crusaderless. The good news is we are only going to have this one stall point in the world of balance. We just need to get through the three paths, and then we're going to have Apple Bloom for the entire rest of the world of balance. Scootaloo and Sweetie Belle will be joining in and coming and going. And then we have a second stall point at the very beginning of the world of Rune, as you might expect. And otherwise, we've got the CMC for the entire rest of the game. So, what my plan is I'm going to try to get through both the Twilight and Celestia path and the Luna path in a single video. This is going to be condensed to heck, but, you know, this is a stall point, so we're just going to try to blaze through it. Now, as we can see here during this fight, even though we have Celestia using the power grip, her attacks aren't really accounting for too much of the damage, really. Luna is able to just come in and one-shot everything. Twilight, sitting in the back row, isn't really offering much. And we have the Mare, who is just tossing out solid healing. Luna, for the most part, is carrying the team. But what is it? It's Ultros! Oh yeah. Ultros is back in all his lovely glory for all of the, like, 15 times you're gonna end up fighting him here. Now, luckily for us, we have a bunch of early fire. Not only that, but Twilight has the running shoes on, so she's getting boosted. While we don't necessarily have Edgar's tools like we'd normally expect, we can really just spam the heck. Your face? Yeah, no, the second fire, and if we wanted, we could have taught Luna fire by this point as well. It really helps to trivialize this fight quite a bit, I must say. Princess Caps Lock. And just like that, it's all over. How many experience points do we receive? And there goes Luna. And just like that, we are off on the three paths already. Oh, poor Bloom. So close and yet so far. Well, like I said earlier, we're going to take care of our two stalled groups, and then we'll get back to Apple Bloom just as soon as we can. So all we need to do is take our party down through the rest of the river here. We can just do a quick party rearrange here. Yeah, that's better. We can take Apple Bloom's hidden path back here into Neishi. Just like so. We've got this little maze that we can navigate through here. Just like so. We can visit with many, many Scootaloo, although we will not actually take their treasure. And yeah, that was basically it already. This path is lackluster as usual, unfortunately. So, all that's left to do at this point is to remove our equipment and get ready for the next path. And it's already time for us to start Luna's path. We haven't even hit the 7-minute mark yet. So, first things first, let's go and grab a new teammate. Oh, that's gonna be way too loud. This is Fluttershy we're talking with here. Come on. Yes! Loud! Okay. Hey, there we go. All it took was Fluttershy to break the habit. So, now that we got Fluttershy in the party, let's check out what she's got going on. As usual, we've got the Memento Band equipped by default. We've also now got a Pony Feather. This is essentially a Cherub Down, although it grants a couple of elemental resistances as well. So you can see we already have the float status applied to us, being a Pegasi and all. What's really fun, if we go into her equipment... What? Not only can we equip the Shuriken, but we can put this automatically in 2 hooves, just as if we had the power grip that I so foolishly picked up last time. And that gives us a whopping battle power of 234 compared to Luna's measly 85. This will make her quite the powerhouse early on in terms of physical melee. Oh, and did I mention that it does normal damage from the back row as well? Yeah, there's a slight difference in power there. This, of course, leads us into the Imperial camp, where we see none other than Discord. Wow, he's a pleasant fellow, isn't he? This, in turn, takes us to the attack on Sweet Apple Castle. And who should we find here? Well, none other than everyone's favorite background pony, Applejack. Now, remember how Apple Bloom was an Earth Pony, and she had 2 different abilities available to her? That's right. We get not only the sword techs, but also all of the blitzes. That includes, eventually, Bum Rush. But Applejack can certainly hold her own with sword techs now. And this, of course, brings us to the commander of the attack here, General Zecora. It's nice that, even though we don't have much time, General Zakura still finds time to rhyme. And as one might expect, Zakura and Discord are butting heads, to say the least. And once again, we're shown that Discord has a bit more of a sadistic side here. Laughing in the face of genocide. Now, of course, we can take this opportunity to pick up a few extra pieces of gear, including a monster in a box. Even though we're able to equip Shuriken directly onto Fluttershy, as you can see there, throwing them does significantly more damage. Most importantly, we need to go back around here and grab the magic band. This will, when a character has low HP, grant them automatic shell, which will be important later on. Sadly, not only does Applejack lose her king, but she loses her family as well. And she does not take the news well. Luckily, we show up right in the nick of time to offer our assistance. The next stop on our journey is the Everfree Forest, whereupon our ponies stumble across a mysterious train which Princess Luna decides to check out for no particular reason. Ooh. And would you look at that, it was a trap. Luckily, there's more than one way to stop a train. Unfortunately, these ponies just can't catch a break. The train they're on is none other than the Phantom Train, which is very clearly haunted. Luckily, sometimes there's advantages to having an alicorn in the party. Oh, we got a treasure chest here. What the? It's Daring Do! The world's greatest archaeologist, apparently. Alright. Time for a boss fight here. Nice custom sprite here. Let's see how tough she is. Oh. Okay, that's cool then, I guess. Yes, of course, Daring Do is playing the role of Siegfried here, and thus she does not put up too much of a fight. But she still manages to get the treasure. Blast! This brings us to the front of the train, where we can attempt to stop it. But it won't stop, because the train is haunted. Ooh. Now I realize what you might be thinking. We have not one, but two ponies who can suplex. Bad idea. Trust me on this one. This will send it into a different AI script because it is anticipating that you're going to do exactly that and suplex the train. For the sake of getting through this fight, we are sadly going to have to stay away from suplexing the train. aside from this one very specific issue I mentioned, the stats of this enemy have been increased, which is a common trend for boss fights. There have been some changes to the AI script for this enemy, which is common for boss fights. So some of the old strategies that you are used to using will not necessarily be as effective as you are used to seeing them. Luckily, Luna here has had a chance to learn. Oh. And we made it through unscathed. And as we reach the barren falls, overlooking the veldt, Fluttershy decides she's had enough of this. She's gotta go. That's okay. But it's not okay. We want you to stay, Fluttershy. Yeah. Oh, hello. So this battle's been changed up a little bit. We have to battle 6 enemies at once. But unfortunately, it's also been changed up. Luna happens to know fire. Yeah, that makes the fight a little bit easier, I gotta say. I don't think it's really fair to even call this guy a proper boss. Sorry, buddy. Better luck next time. So I'm not clear exactly what lesson the video game is trying to teach at this moment, but I believe it's trying to indicate that jumping off of towering waterfalls is bad for your health in some way or fashion. Hey, it's Pinkie Pie. Suddenly, Pinkie Pie out of nowhere. Well, since you're here, how about a cupcake? One thing to note about those cupcakes, as I mentioned, all of the healing items in the game are now percentage-based, or at least the HP healing items. So those cupcakes are actually really cost-effective healing items. They're only accessible in the town here on the veldt, known here as Ponyville, of course, in the mod. But yeah, they're definitely worthwhile to pick up. Except now Pinkie wants to eat our entire stash. It's hard to argue with that. It's also hard to argue with that. She's making fairly salient points, unfortunately. Why is it that I've seen the word alacrity like a whole number of times in video games and nowhere else? Just like only video games like to use the term or something. I don't even know. Oh, jeez. Thank you, AJ. You need to separate these two. This is getting out of hand. Out of hoof. Y'all? Oh, y'all. 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 Oh. Even though Pinkie's being even more random than the source material here, it's still not enough to cheer up poor AJ. Well, I could have told you that. I also wonder what Apple Bloom would think about all of this stuff. Yes, Apple Bloom is very nice. She does like to party. She'd love to be in the party right now, except that you're not even listening. Ah. Well, if she wants to hurry along, I'm completely on board with that. Alright, I guess we're gonna follow after Pinky and see about this cool birthday present she's talking about. Pinkie Pie, thou art so random. And they even fit in a Mr. Thou joke. Beautiful. So now I've got Pinky in my party. Like I mentioned, I'm nearly done with this route, so this is going to be the last stall point I have, so I really don't need to teach Pinky any rages. So all I need to do is get her down here to the, get her down to the cave here, and we can continue on our, Shit. Whew. That is one tough cookie. Well, hey. Looks like we've got our ticket back to Naishi. Indirectly. Check out Dat Mode 7. Aw, yeah. And this little trek sends us all the way under the ocean to the town of Hoofington, where we can catch a ferry to South Canterlot, which can take us back to Naishi. Oh, it's that easy. Finally, after hours of gameplay edited down into a single video, we are done with the stall point, and we are ready to resume the cute... What's that? What do you mean we're out of time?